But upstairs here on the top table, we have a huge fight. And before I get to the protagonists, we've already heard from a great fighter in John David Jackson. But as Mark Taffet said, this man right at the end of the dais up here was one of the greatest fighters, really greatest fighters of all time. I had the privilege of seeing him up close, both in his gym in Pensacola and in the ring. And Roy Jones Jr. was super, super special. I know Chris has learned a great deal from you, Roy, in the time that you've had together. Welcome back to Britain. It's always a pleasure seeing you. How important is this for you and for Team Eubank on Saturday night?
Thank you. It's very nice to be back. Thank you again for the welcome. Just proud to be able to see Clarissa do her thing, see everybody do their thing. Boxing is alive again. I love the fights that we're having. The Taylor Serrano fight is awesome for women. There's so many big fights that are going on. With Chris, he's a guy that brings spirit to the sport of boxing for me, because it's not often that I teach guys who can truly understand and appreciate and do the things that I teach. So to have a person that can go out and perform and do the things exactly the way you ask him to do them, it's just a beautiful feeling for me. So I've enjoyed training Chris Eubank Jr. It's been one of the best highlights of my career since I stopped boxing, and I just look forward to seeing him go out and have a great night. And like I said, his opponent's a very good opponent, so he definitely has his hands full. It's number one against number two, and that usually brings out a good night, and the fans are going to be able to support him. So I look forward to an awesome night, and look forward to seeing Chris go on and do bigger and better things after this one.
Roy, how highly do you rate Liam Williams, and how special do you believe Chris is?
I rate Liam Williams very high, because he not only can he take one, but he also gives a very good shot. So he has the heart of a champion. He's going to be out there trying to do everything that he can to win, to upset Chris, and we know that. So with that being said, Chris is a guy to me who can go to that next level, that same level that Clarissa was just talking about. There's a difference between good fighters and great fighters. When you can change those gears and go to that next level, that makes you a great fighter. And that's what I've seen in Chris Eubank Jr. If Liam can do it, then he'll have the opportunity to prove it Saturday night. I'm not saying that he can't, just I haven't seen him do it yet, but you never know. So I know Chris can do it. I've seen Chris do it repeatedly, and I know he's going to do it again come Saturday night. So we're in for a good fight.
We certainly are. Thank you very much, the multi-weight champion, the legend that is Roy Jones Jr. Straight over to the man here in Cardiff. He's going to have everybody on his side. It's going to be an incredible atmosphere at the Motor Point on Saturday night. I know how important this is to you, Liam. I know you see it as your world title in Britain. You had that chance against Demetrius Andrade, but this is very, very special, this fight, and it has been for a long time, hasn't it?
Yes, it's an unbelievable opportunity to fight here in Cardiff, in such a high-level fight against Chris. Very excited. I haven't got a great deal to say other than I'm just so excited to put an end to this guy. Drop him down a few levels, and maybe he'll realise his level after this fight.
Do you think that is a big thing, that you believe fought at a higher level, that for what he says, and I know there's been needle and bad blood and the gloves are off and all of that stuff in the build-up, which adds to the spice and the excitement for Saturday night, but do you just believe that you're better than him, full stop?
Yeah, 100%. I think I've got a better skill set. I punch harder than him. He's tough, he's mentally tough, he takes a good shot. His legs are very robotic. He moves like he's got wooden legs. I just think my skill set is a lot better than him all round. So, but as Roy said over there, there's one way we're going to find out on that Saturday, and whoever puts on the best performance wins.
He's got Roy Jones in his corner. You've got Adam Booth, who of course has got a bit of history with Chris and a brilliant trainer in his own right. How important is it to have Adam there for a fight like this?
It doesn't really matter too much. At the end of the day, a fight's a fight. Obviously, you have to have your game plan, and I've got a very good one, from Adam, and we've been working that. But I don't think Chris is known for what he's known for, and that's standing having a fight, punches and punches, good engine, good chin. And I think once the going gets tough, he'll always revert back to that. So, we'll see. I'm just, just want to say again, I'm very excited.
I know you're excited. What will it mean to you if you can come through this and shine on Saturday night back here in Cardiff, where boxing's such a huge part, such a great sporting part of the world, isn't it, down here?
Yeah, well, first of all, I am going to come through Saturday night. I'm super up for this fight. Couldn't be more ready. I'm going to come through Saturday and we'll see where we go because, I said the other day, Chris has a rematch clause for this fight. He obviously doubts his ability a little bit. He obviously thinks I can beat him to put a rematch clause in place in the first place. So if I was going to fight someone who I thought I was going to blow out of the water, then why the hell would I have a rematch clause? Depending how badly I beat him Saturday night, he might want to take the rematch, he might not want to, so we'll have to kind of judge it from there.
He's never been stopped. He's always had a terrific chin. Do you think you can become the first man to do that? Will you win this by knockout?
I believe I've got the power to stop him and knock him out, yes. Whether I will or not, I don't know, because it's going to be one of them type of fights. It's going to be very intense, very good one for the fans. We'll see. I prepared for a hard 12-round fight. Mentally, physically, I'm in great shape. So, I'm prepared for 12 rounds, but I do hope to knock him out as well. I plan to knock him out.
Thanks, Liam. I know the fire is burning inside you. I know it's burning inside you in maybe a cooler way, Chris. You know how important this fight is. You've called for it. You want the big fights. You want it to be on Sky. It's delivered for you. Are we going to see the very best out of you now at this stage in your career?
Absolutely. I didn't spend a year and a half on a farm with chickens and snakes and raccoons training my ass off every day for nothing. We are, we're on our way to world titles, to becoming, to cleaning up the middleweight division. And Liam Williams is the next man in front of me. And I'm going to take him out. He's talking about rematch clauses and, all this stuff. Business is business. At the end of the day, none of that matters. All that matters is what's going to happen on the night. And that's me standing over him and looking down and raising my fists as he gets counted out. It's going to be a hell of a fight. Styles make fights. I believe me and him have got the types of styles to really make an exciting fight, epic even. I can't wait to jump in there and prove the doubters and the haters and the naysayers wrong, as usual.
Do you thrive on that? Do you believe in your natural ability? I know you work ever so hard to try and get to the very top, the pinnacle of the sport. Does that just keep on your shoulders each time that there are the naysayers out there that they're saying, he's a Eubank, but he's not a world champion? Does that get to you, Chris?
It doesn't get to me. I've dealt with it my entire career from day one. People not believing in what I can do. I enjoy it. I like when people say I can't do something, or when they expect, they expect me not to be able to get past an obstacle or do something I say I can do. It makes the task more enjoyable, more exciting. Liam says he's got the power to knock me out. We're going to find out. We're going to see who has the better chin. We're going to see who has the better speed, the better tactics, the better footwork. Apparently I'm a robot and I have wooden legs. We're going to find out. We're going to find out in 48 hours. And the exciting thing is that, we won't know who's the one that's lying to the fans and to the public until that first bell goes. I don't lie. I don't make up things. I don't try and deceive anybody. I'm a straight shooter. That will all be proven in a few days' time.
And you got a smile on your face. It seems like you're happy to be here in Cardiff, in his backyard, in the Lion's Den. We remember your dad doing that through his wonderful career. Is it going to make it even more sweet to do this in Wales?
It makes absolutely no difference where I am. We could be anywhere in the world. It's not going to change the outcome of the fight. It's not going to change how I fight. It may give him a little bit of an extra boost if that's what he needs. But for me, it's all business. I don't care about fans or haters or boos or cheers. None of that affects me. None of that enters my mind. All that matters is what I've done to get here. All that matters is the preparation, the dedication, the lifestyle that I live. I'm clean. I'm clean. And it's going to show on the night.
There's a lot of people who are very, very excited about this fight, and you've said that you think the styles will gel as well. Whatever the outcome is, you're both predicting knockouts. Do you think ultimately the fans are the winners and that boxing's in a great place? We have Clarissa Shields over from America. There's possibly Floyd Mayweather flying in. It's going to be a fantastic night, isn't it?
It's going to be a great night of boxing. And, when I get in the ring, the fans are always the winners. I always make sure that the fights are exciting, that it's action-packed from round 1 to round 12 if it lasts that long. I don't believe this fight will. I think that he doesn't have the chin to withstand the punishment that's coming his way. That's what I think. Will he prove me wrong? We'll find out. But I know what I can do. I know what I've done to guys that I believe are 2-3 times as good as him and as tough as him. So in my mind, I've already won the fight. But we have to go out there. We have to do the business. And, it's going to be a hell of a show.
It's going to be a hell of a show. I'll leave the last words with you, Calla, and with you, Ben, just how excited you both are about what happens in 48 hours' time. And don't forget, at 5 o'clock tomorrow, they'll come together for a final face-to-face with the public here. And it's got everything, hasn't it, this, Calla?
Yeah, it certainly does. And I was just sitting there thinking about other big domestic fights that we've been involved in, some great, some not so great when I think about Hay Harrison, but the better ones, when I think back in the history of the British sport, how I grew up watching boxing in the UK was throwback fights. And, you're talking, obviously, Eubank, Ben, Collins, Watson. Those are the names I grew up with. And they were out there, and it's fantastic. We're on free-to-air on Saturday night. And that's something that is also special about the weekend. It's accessible. Everyone is going to see this spectacle. And I don't think that will change much from the way that the two approach it. But for us to be involved in the promotion of such, and I think that Sky have got so behind this. I mean, it's fantastic. It makes me feel 30 years younger, 25 years younger, and so I think we're in for a treat. The card is fantastic from top to bottom. Chris's cousin Harlem's boxing on the card as well, and it's just a great night to witness Clarissa Shields on UK soil. I mean, what a living legend. Those words from Mark Taffet before about talking about equality and colour. I just I almost wanted to say a British here and a big applause. But it was so fantastic to hear the story, and the man next to me isn't just about boxing. We all know that. We know he's not everyone's cup of tea. That's fine. Nor was his father, nor was many other greats. There is a bit of Marmite there. But one thing is he is going to take over this year, and that starts Saturday night.